Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is card 2.5 of 4 because I April fooled myself and posted my Tuesday video on Monday. So here is a new Tuesday video. Again, using the Painted Lavender set. I've got the greeting from Enduring Beauty. It says, "You mean so much to so many." And I've done a diagonal cross in the background, and before we get started I will show you how I did that. So I just take my paper trimmer, make sure it's in frame so everyone can see it, and you take 2 pieces of designer series paper and you just line it up so the points are in the trough. And your best bet is to start your knife on the paper itself, because trying to catch that corner, sometimes it'll like buckle up underneath the blade. So we're just going to take this whole unit now and we're going to turn it so that, again, the corners are in the trough, keeping our paper aligned as if it wasn't cut. And then we're just going to drop that blade down. And there we go. So you end up with pieces like this, and then you just swap out. You get 2 card fronts out of this, and you swap out like that. So that's how you do the corner cuts on that. What I've got here is a Lost Lagoon card base, more of that Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. I've got some fronds. I almost want to call them rosemary pieces. That's what they look like, but they are lavender pieces in Lost Lagoon. And then I've got 3 lavender stalks in Gorgeous Grape. And I've done fresh freesia and cut out the butterflies. I've used the the Stylish Shapes 2 different banner sizes to do the greeting. And again, this is one of the extra pieces from the Designer Series paper when I cut it down. So that will go together like that. And I've got a crumb cake card mat in that 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, just so it gets that little bit of definition around the edge. And I've dimensionalized that onto the card. This time I'm going to try embossing the background once I've got it all together with the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. I'd like to see what the difference is. So you can watch that right along with me. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our Stampin' Seal, and this piece is going to go here like this. And because this ends up, it's 5 1/4 by 4 is the piece that I trimmed down into the corner, like into the triangles. And we're putting it on that 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So we're going to get just that skinny little margin just along the edge, just that little tiny border. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I got lots going on here. So we're just going to put some Stampin' Seal on that. You can use glue if you want. Glue would make it a little bit easier to wiggle things around and get them in place. I'm just going to pop that up just a little bit like that. There we go. And then I'm going to take my top and bottom piece and match it up in the corners like that. Do the same thing on the other side, like this. Almost like doing, well, it's not really half square triangles in quilting, but I'm not even sure what that is. It's not even flying geese. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's offset triangles. So let's put this in our embossing folder and run it through and see what we get. Put that in like that. And again, we always put the hinged edge in first. So I'm just going to run that through. And like I said, I've got things everywhere, so everything's just a little bit out of place. And run that through. And there we go. Oh, there's that bang at the end. All right, so let's have a look and see how this looks. Ooh, that actually looks really cool. I like that. Okay, so we're going to dimensionalize this onto the card base. So we'll do this, and then we get to play with the front and putting all those pieces in where we want them to go. And I kind of interwove the lavender flowers with the stalks, just so that it didn't, it looked a little more natural, a little more 3D. So let's do this. Make sure we've got our leaves going the right way up. And we need that skinny, skinny edge all the way around. So we're going to do that like that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some adhesive right on the card. And I'm going to put one of these pieces of lavender stalk right on the edge like this. And then I'm going to build up. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back here, like this. And this one I've got a little bit of adhesive backing on it. So I'm just tucking that in like that. I can tuck it in lower like that. There we go. Like that. And then I can peel off this adhesive paper on the back. Some of them I did with adhesive paper, and then I realized that they're all going to be stuck down anyway in the glue that I put on the card. So this one is not, if you don't have adhesive paper, it's not a big deal. Okay, and then this one is going to go kind of across like this. There we go. And I may have been just a little bit generous with the adhesive, but you can always use your adhesive eraser to deal with that. Okay, let's build one more, whoops, of these. And this one does have adhesive paper on the back, so we're just going to peel that off first, like that. Holy cow, I am just stuck to myself all over the place here. We're going to pop that in like that. And this is the reason I put one of these fronds down here, is because they kind of sit off to the side. So I wanted there to be kind of the stems everywhere. Okay, so let's put our adhesive on here. And I don't have any bling, any gems or anything on here. I added the butterflies in the fresh freesia, and I quite like them. I realized I hadn't used them yet. Okay, and then we're just going to pop that down like that. So we get a little bit of 3D. It's like the lavender flowers themselves are kind of growing up out of the stems there. So I'm going to do the greeting. I'm just going to flat mount the crumb cake cardstock that I stamped with Lost Lagoon on. I'm just going to pop that right into the middle of this one, like that, and then I'm dimensionalizing it. So let's put one there like that, one there like that, and let's peel those off and pop this down like this. And I like the banner dies for this one because it kind of carries that line up, that crisscross line. It just extends down. Okay, I need a mini dimensional for the large butterfly, and I'm going to use a glue dot for the small butterfly. So I put this out like this, and there we go. I'll just pop that on there like that. And I popped the small butterfly there, but I'm actually going to put the small butterfly there. Kind of gets a little bit lost in this piece, so I'm going to keep the butterflies on the green. And I can decide if I want to put this one down here like this, or pop it up in the flowers, and I'm actually going to put it in the flowers. So that is our card. This is just flat background. And then this has the cane weave folder in the background. I don't know if you can kind of see the difference there. Lots more detail in this one. So I don't know, this one I think is just a little bit softer. And this one's just a little bit more in your face kind of detailed look. But anyway, thank you for watching, and let's create together again soon.